Hi, you guys. It's me, Tracy, again, and today I have my daughter with me, Clara, and she's gonna be helping me out with this segment today. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. This platform will be used to empower you, inspire you, and inform you. And if any subject that I talk about, any subject matter, I will seek out reliable sources such as specialists, professionals, and vetted entities. So let's break bread. Today, me and Clara, we're going to be talking about the things that, mother and daughter talk about, life, things of the past. Since everybody is at home, I thought that this would be neat, for us to ask each other questions and sort of interact. And maybe if by chance something that you or a family member may have going on, that it may strike up Convo to ask questions about or whatever. But I thought it would be fun and something that we could do together. So, by Miss Clara being my guest today, I'm going to let her go with her question first. We're going to ask each other 10 questions.
Okay, so my first question is, what was your first thought when you found out you were pregnant with me?
What?
Ooh.
Clara, girl, to be honest, I couldn't believe it because I always had everybody else's kids, and so I was like, this ain't right. I said, let me take another one. I forgot how much money I spent on pregnancy tests, and I just had to come to realize this is what it is. And so, here you are.
Lord.
Yes, and my blessing. I can really truly say that God blessed me with you.
Oh, spider.
Oh, get it, honey. Get it.
I don't do spiders. I don't like them.
Okay, I don't need it, honey. Okay, all right. God be the glory. Okay, my first question is, since you're out on your own now, how does it feel to live as an adult and being independent, making your own decision, paying your own bills, etc., etc., etc.?
When I was living here, I always wished that, but since I'm out, I don't like bills, but they got to get paid. I like the freedom. I have my own space. I do like that, but as far as being grown and paying bills,
And it got real, huh?
yeah, it got the real world. And it's like one bill after another. Something always happens.
Yeah.
But
You live and learn.
I like the freedom. That's about it.
Okay.
Let's see. What is the hardest thing? Well, what was the hardest thing about being a mother? Well, what is the hardest thing about being a mother?
The best way I can describe it is something I seen on Facebook, and I never forget it. It popped up, and it said that when your kids is out and about, it's just like your heart walking around. And I can really relate to that. That you no matter what, you will always be my baby. I don't care how old you get. You will always be my baby. And it's just like any little thing. We as a mother or parent, you wanna protect your kids. You don't want them to ever go through anything, but that sometimes that's the only way that you'll learn life in your part of life. What God made, allow something to happen, or you go through something, or you experience something for it to make you stronger, or for you to help somebody else. So everybody have their own journey. Okay, looking back, Who was your favorite teacher and why?
Oh, my favorite teacher. I would have to give it to Miss Texas and Miss Carter and Colonel Walker.
Oh, he was
baby.
heavy set, Colonel Walker, I tell you. Woo.
Miss Texas and Miss Carter, they were everything. I had
Yes.
fun. I still remember them. I still go visit. I can talk to them anytime I want to.
Okay.
Colonel Walker was a father figure when I
Yes.
actually needed him the most. And I did a whole
Hey there, Mr. Power.
I did a whole
All right, good seeing you. That's Mr. Power, Pastor Power.
You too.
All right, you too.
I love him. But yes, Colonel Walker, I done did a whole 360. Baby, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have that structure in high school.
Yeah, he was that man that every parent need in their life.
Because I was going down a dark road. I was going, he made me do them push-ups. Sarge did too, but yeah. Let's see, this is question number 3. What was the hardest part about being a single parent?
The hardest part was you really never heard me. You never got a lot of no's. But it was like, as a mother, it was always work a little harder, make a little bit more money just in case. It was always, I want to make sure you had enough. By being a single parent, when you went to daycare, when I started back working, after having you, I stayed home a while because of your situation. But when I started back working, it was just all about me making sure you had, when you went to the daycare or someone kept you, you had Pampers, you had, whatever you needed. And as you was growing up, I never ever wanted you to feel as if you was lacking anything. I always wanted you to have all the other little stuff the kids had, but I never got you into labels, like you got to wear this or you got to wear that. If you get it, fine, but you don't have to have it for you to feel good about yourself, because you wear those clothes, you wear those shoes, they don't wear you. And I never wanted you to get caught up in that. Okay, mine would be, we talk every day.
Every day.
How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts? Do you think it's normal or a bit much, or it's just I'm your mom and I want to talk to my mom?
That, and I just feel like once I moved out, we got a whole lot closer. Me and my mama personality, we just like this. Just like living with her, we're gonna clash. So when I was living here, I bump heads. Once I moved out, we done got a whole lot closer. You understand me a whole lot more. You listen. That's what those phone calls. You listen and I listen. And we can hang up. We on number 5 or number 4? Okay, so what is one piece of advice you would have loved to ask your mom about being a mom?
Oh, Clara.
I told you my questions was good.
Girl, don't make me cry, because Lord, like if you got sick or something, or if I felt like you was doing something early, I was happy. But if I felt like I paid attention to other kids too. So if I felt like, if something happened, I would have just wanted to be able to talk to her. To just
peace of mind.
Yeah, just to ask her what to do or whatever. But I can say this, I missed her. I would have loved for her to been there, like when you was born and everything. And I thought about that. But God has always given me an older female in my life. I've had Miss Julia, Miss Cassie, Brenda, you know, I've always had someone in my life, and to this day, I still have people that are in my life, you know, and even on my job, you know, Keita, you know, we've been friends for years. She's older than I, but you know, um, God just have a way of giving you what you need. You have to pay attention. So He has blessed me, but I did miss her extremely when you were very young, and you know, um, I can just say I think I did well, you know, and it is what it is. You know, you just keep going. Okay, mine would be growing up as a child and having no siblings under the same roof. How was that experience for you?
That was a wonderful experience because I got what I wanted. So I didn't have to share my toys. I didn't have to share my clothes. I had to share my shoes. I didn't have to share nothing. I got what I wanted and then some. But it would have been nice growing up with a sibling. But then I got my brothers, so they come and they can leave when they feel like it.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of cousins, so it was a lot of kids over here. But
Yes,
still, when it came down to it, I ain't had to really share. And then you always, when my cousins did come or my brothers did come, they had theirs. So we didn't even have to share. So that was good too. Okay. What was the easiest thing about being a mom?
The easiest thing about being a mom is I guess just really learning how to just let things be. That you was my first and only child, and so at first it was like everything had to be right. I had to have these many bottles, this, this, that, and the third, and everything, But as time went by, I just learned to just let things happen. Everything's not gonna be perfect, or whatever the case may be. And I think that you wasn't a wild child or anything, just out there. So you made it. You didn't do too much. You did your part, but you didn't do too much. I can say that, compared to
a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Once you're married, do you want a small or a large family?
Oh, to my kids?
Yeah,
two tops. If I have twins, I'm tying my tubes. If I really want a boy. If I have my boy, and then I have a girl, but if God tricked me, if I had it one and then I get pregnant again, and that's twins, I'm just done, and you gonna have to have one of them kids.
Okay.
But that's about it. I want 2 kids at the most, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
I hope that's just God give me that. Okay, so how hard was it to juggle going to night school, a full-time job, and being a mother all at the same time?
I remember that was hard. It was very hard because it was like I was basically phone, me and you was on the phone with each other, I tried to spend as much time with you as I could. But I did that because it was something I always wanted to do. And I said that, I kept, year after year, pass, and it happens, the days pass by. You say you're going to do something, and that particular year, I said, I'm going to do it. I made up in my mind. I said, I don't care. I'm going to do this. And so I did it. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I had the best teacher. So, Miss Rabina, I love you.
Yeah, she was a good teacher.
Yes. And so, I did it, and I'm proud that I did it. And look at you.
And I'm proud you did it too. 'Cause, honey, that was a motivation for me to actually finish school.
Mm. Okay. What is your fondest childhood memory?
Oh, when we went to Mall of America, I loved every minute of it, and I want to go back. That was fun.
It was.
That was fun. And
Y'all have got to go. A family vacation, family reunion, or whatever. Class reunion. The Mall of America has in and everything. Every store, every restaurant. You're talking about clothes. You're talking about amusement park. Everything. Look it up online. Mall of America.
And then what else? Remember we did a random trip to go to the beach.
We went to Melbourne, Florida.
I love that one. And then the little every Easter or my birthday when I was younger, you would hide gifts around the house, and I would have to go find them. That was a good memory. Let's see. What are your long and short-term goals for the next 5 years?
Ooh. To be honest, my long-term goal is to start my own business. And my short-term goal, I would say, is leading up to that. Like the steps, because when I do it, I want a good foundation. I don't want something that, I have all these ideas of what I want to do, and then I don't have that good foundation and do the work that I know is needed, and then it lasts maybe a couple of years or whatever. So I want a good foundation, and I want to do it slowly and build up.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Now, is there anything as a parent you would do different?
Oh. Not really. Not really, cause.
So you saying I'm that good? I was that good.
Less whoopings. Oh, child. Less whoopings, but then again, I probably needed them, but at the time, what?
Girl, child, every whooping you got. And I will always say, Clara, stop. Clara. It's too many Claras. That's it. Then when I say that's it, that's it.
Less whoopings. And I mean, nothing for real.
Oh, okay.
And just listening. Now you listen, because we not on the same household. All the truth hurts. Oh, whatever. Let's see. Where do you want to travel next?
Ooh. Well, one place. You know what? We just think alike. Because this one of my questions here. I always wanted to go to Dubai.
Oh.
I always wanted to go. And I always wanted to go to
That'd be real good.
To take a trip where you can walk and see where Jesus walked and where he's from. I've always wanted to take one of those type trips.
Okay.
And I always wanted to go to the motherland. So
Have fun now.
But that would be my ideal of what I would want to do. Okay. What is your favorite meal now since you started to change the way you eat?
I would have to still say spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yes, gotta keep it simple. I like stuff that's simple. Me cooking and stuff, I like to cook, but It's like the simple spaghetti. That's what I was brought up on. That's what I like.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
let's see.
9.
When are we going to the Smithsonian Museum?
Oh, they sent me a letter yesterday. Oh, hey, you pick a day. I promise.
Okay.
You pick a day, we going.
Okay, y'all.
When all this all this stuff that's going on is
y'all
over
hit
with.
it, honey. Look
We
at
going.
them.
Hey, Sutherlands. We recording. We will.
Bye.
Bye. That was my brother, y'all. And his wife. Hey. Okay, me. Where would you like to go in the world if you made out your bucket list?
Oh. I want to go to Hawaii.
Ooh.
I want to go there.
Oh, Obama's birthday.
Yes, I want to go to Hawaii. And Dubai was one, too. And what else? Miami. Miami.
With the minions.
Yeah.
With the minions.
Oh, Lord, you trying to get you a man. I got one.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, Lord.
Get her. It says, what was that? That was me.
10.
When you actually retire, where do you want to live?
Well, you know what? It's been about 2 years ago. I went to Madison. And I went to this neighborhood, and I just love how the neighborhood was set. It had sidewalk, how the front yard is here. It had sidewalks where if you just wanted to walk, it had light poles. The streets were very nice. Everybody was put up, it was just nice, quiet. That's the type of neighborhood I want to live in. Something that's quiet. I can have my little dog, and we can walk, and we can say hey to everybody and come back home and get put up in the house.
It's pretty much Madison. Everybody.
But wherever you go, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to be too far from you.
Well, we know this.
Okay, my last question would be, how many stars would you give me if the question was asked, is she a good mother?
Oh, all of them. You my mama. All of them. You so goofy. I can't take her nowhere. Lord have mercy.
Well, thank you, Clara. Thank you for participating.
You welcome. Anytime.
Mine.
Yes.
All mine.
Lord.
Okay, y'all. So that ends this segment. And so we're going to have the verse of the day. And the verse of the day comes from Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. It is about the parable of the Good Samaritan. And it reads as such, 10 and 25. It says, and behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said unto him, what is written in the law? How readest thou? And he answering said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And he said unto him, thou hast answered right. This do, and thou shalt live. But he willingly, to justify himself, said to Jesus, and who is my neighbor? That's the question he asked. And Jesus answered him, said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment and wounded him and departed, leaving him half dead. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. He went on the other side of the road. He didn't even want to get near him. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his beast, and brought him to an inn to take care of him. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host, and said unto him, take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee. Which now of these 3 thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves? And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, go and do thou likewise. My thought on this would be, as your neighbor, you should love everyone. And if you see a need, then do it. Do what this Samaritan did. He seen a need, and he just gave and did his part. He didn't go and tell somebody else, I put this on it, how much you can put on it, or how much you can give. He just did what was needed at the time. He didn't go around trying to ask others to join in. And so that's what we all should do. We all should pray for one another, love one another,